Prue is the debut studio album by American singer Prudence. It was released on November 7, 2000, through Capitol Records. Prue was managed by Capitol Records executive Roy Lott, who had signed Prue to Warner Chappell Music Publishing after being impressed by her songwriting and voice on a demo tape. Prue collaborated with Ben Garrison, The Characters, and Rick Williams on the album. For other uses, see Prue. Quick facts: Prue, studio album by Prue. According to Lott, Prue was part of Capitol Records' attempts to attract a wider audience through her crossover appeal. According to music critics, the album encompasses several genres, with some commentators noting influences from neo-soul. Prue also used poetry as an inspiration for writing music. Reviews of the album were generally positive, singling out in particular its composition and Prue's voice. They also compared her favorably to contemporary artists. The album peaked at number 176 on the Billboard 200 chart, an achievement made possible in part by an intensive marketing strategy devised by Capitol Records executives. Two singles, Candles and Aroma, of a Man, Sick, were released to positive reviews. Candles peaked at number 68 on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs Billboard chart. Background and recording. American singer Prudence Renfro, professionally known as Prue, was signed through Warner Chappell Music Publishing by Capitol Records executive Roy Lott, who said that he was drawn to her songwriting and voice. Jack Ponte, of Kazi Dog Management, had helped Prue produce a demo to secure the record deal. Lott had noted Prue's potential as an artist through her lyrics. He worked closely with her to match her songwriting to the most appropriate sound, serving as the executive producer for her debut studio album Prue. Prior to securing the record deal, Prue had found inspiration for her music in artists such as Cassandra Wilson and Diane Reeves. She wrote song lyrics and poetry while attending high school and then Texas Southern University, coupling her lyrics with the music of other artists such as Michael Jackson, Rachelle Ferrell, Sade, Naughty by Nature, the Isley Brothers, and Miles Davis. While discussing her approach to songwriting, Prue elaborated, "From a word, I can get a whole picture, a visual. The song becomes a poem, almost like a thesis." She considered her music as a form of poetry, citing the album track Hazy Shades as an example of a poem turned into a song. Prue stated that she wanted her songs to bring variety to contemporary R&B, and described the material as the opposite of the formulaic music typically found on radio. On her official website, the singer identified her style as connected with the soul. Though AllMusic gives the singer songwriting credit on 12 of the tracks, Prue is only credited for co-writing Aroma on the album's liner notes. The record was completed at Studio 57 and Weight Room in New York City, with mixing handled by Mike Shipley and Tony Maserati. Following release of the album, Prue spoke highly of her experiences with the producers and felt that they laid a good bed around the lyrics and the melodies. Composition and sound. Smooth Operator. 0 o'clock. A sample of Prue's cover of Sade's Smooth Operator. The track was noted for its influences from Latin music, primarily in its use of percussion and flutes. Problems playing this file? See Media Help. Prue comprises 13 songs, among which music critics identified several different musical genres. Tucson Weekly's Margaret Regan wrote that Prue's material was an example of New Age music, while Janine Coveney of Billboard called the singer's sound as alternate soul/pop music. AllMusic said Hogan noted that the songs combined hip-hop, Latin music, contemporary R&B, rock, and trip-hop. Prue called the opening track, Prophecy of a Flower, the album's focal point, saying that everything else falls a little to the left and to the right of that. The R&B and soul song's lyrics incorporate words from the He Loves Me Not Game. The second track, 183 Miles, combines hip-hop and country music, its lyrics revolving around a love story. Sampling the Miracles' 1965 song The Tracks of My Tears, Candles is a mid-tempo groove that features the titular object, candles, as a metaphor for stress, burned at both ends, and healing, lit for meditation. The Miracles single was a direct inspiration for the lyrics and instrumentation on the track. Hogan, however, saw Candles as diverging from the song's message. Coveney describes Aroma, the fourth track, as offering a sexy challenge to the listener. Prue adapted one of the song's lyrics, "If a man came my way and I didn't doubt him," from one of her poems. While discussing the meaning of the title, the singer said it derived from an old Southern saying, "I could smell you coming." Hazy Shade is a ballad that Hogan described as recalling Blue Light in the Basement old-school slow jams. Preceded by salsa interlude, Prue's cover of Sade's 1984 single Smooth Operator features a stronger Latin-inspired instrumental than the original. Hogan noted that the song included popping percussion and fluttery flute runs. The ending of the ninth track, Can't Compare Your Love, takes inspiration from the spoken word performances, and the following song, Sketches of Pain, deliberately plays with the title of Miles Davis' 1960 album Sketches of Spain. Colin Ross of Pop Matters described the 12th track, What They Gon' Do, as featuring a brassy two-step in its instrumentation. Release and promotion. On August 19, 2000, Prue was first announced as an untitled album scheduled for release the following month. Pushed back to October 24, 2000, the album was developed under the working title Inside a Poem, a reference to Prue's poetic style of songwriting. Retitled Prue, Capitol Records released the record on November 7, 2000, as an audio CD, cassette, and digital download. It was also made available as an enhanced audio CD, which contains multimedia computer files and a video entitled In the Life of Prue. Prior to the album's release, Prue performed with a band that included members of the Family Stand at the Los Angeles venue Luna Park and the New York City club SOB. She sang later in Chicago, Houston, and Atlanta to promote the album further. Prue also toured with the Family Stand and members of Sade. While discussing the album's promotion, Linton said, "Prue is a live performance artist and, being new, we wanted people to get their first impression of her in that environment." According to Billboard magazine, Capitol Records had placed significant focus on the marketing for the album, including the release of an electronic press kit and promotion through non-retail accounts. Lott told Billboard magazine that Prue would act as a primary part of Capitol Records' attempt to attract a wider audience with her crossover appeal. David Linton, Capitol Records Senior Vice President of R&B Promotion and Marketing, identified R&B, adult contemporary music, and top 40 music as potential markets for the singer. Singles. Released as the lead single from Prue, Candles was sent to rhythmic radio stations in the United States during the first week of September. Lott said the song was chosen as Prue's debut single as he felt that its allusions to the Miracles song would appeal to listeners of all ages. It was further promoted by its inclusion on a back-to-school CD sampler from retailer Delia's. Director Dave Meyers shot the accompanying music video, which was released on November 25, 2000. The video premiered on MTV in February 2001, following roughly 2 months of rotation on BET. Candles reached number 68 on the Hot R&B/Hip-Hop Songs Billboard chart where it spent 14 weeks, and peaked at number 65 on the R&B/Hip-Hop Airplay Billboard chart where it spent 10 weeks. For both chart appearances, Billboard credited the song as appearing on the Sound of Style, Capitol Records Fall 2000 collection. Critical response to Candles was positive. David Dickinson, a music director at WHUR-FM, felt the single would be appropriate for radio and praised its production and Prue's voice. A writer from Billboard magazine complimented the lyrics and Prue's vocal performance, contrasting the artist's cool, literate sensibility, against the blatant sexual overtones from other contemporary R&B female singers, but expressed doubt that hip-hop and mainstream R&B stations would play the song, seeing it as better suited for adult R&B radio. Aroma was released as the album's second single under the modified title Aroma, of a Man. A writer from Billboard magazine compared its lyrics positively to those in Toni Braxton's Unbreak My Heart, 1996. Another reviewer from the same publication singled out the track as one of the best from the album. According to a Billboard article published on June 16, 2001, dance and R&B remixes of the song were commissioned from Hani Al-Badir and Carlos 6 July Brody, respectively. The remixes were scheduled to be added to a re-release of the album. A music video for the single was filmed in June 2001. The song was also featured on the Emmy-released album Celebrating Black Music Sampler 2001. Along with the two singles Candles and Aroma, of a Man, the record was promoted as featuring Smooth Operator and 183 Miles. Reception. Prue was frequently compared to neo-soul artists such as Erykah Badu, Pictured. Upon its release, Prue received positive feedback from music critics. Ed Hogan praised Prue's experimentation with musical genres. In discussing its many influences, Colin Ross wrote that the album never sounded uneven or disjointed. He commended the singer for communicating a range of emotions, by turns seeming innocent, self-assured, uncertain, elated and vulnerable, praising in particular the album's instrumentation and lyrics. A Billboard writer described Prue as sparkling, with colorfully imaged songs about love won, lost and anticipated. USA Today's Steve Jones praised the performer for the remarkable depth in her poetics about joy and heartbreak. Jones wrote that the album demonstrated that Prue had a clear sense of what she wanted to achieve for her career in sound. Ebony's Lynn Normant described her as possessing a rich, earthy voice and lyrical talent, responding positively to the artist's influences from scripture and poetry. A writer for Sister to Sister commended Prue for her ability to convey emotion to the listener, and identified Prophecy of a Flower as their favorite track from the album. The Houston Press Greg D. Lindsay praised Prue's music and live performances, describing her songs as soulful, earthy and organic and the antithesis to music such as Destiny's Child's 1999 single Bills, Bills, Bills. The album was called artful, stunning, sexy by a reviewer from People. Several media outlets compared Prue to other artists, with a Billboard reviewer attributing the singer as writing in the same style as contemporary neo-soul performers. The singer's voice was compared to Lauryn Hill, Macy Gray, and Erykah Badu by AllMusic's Stacha Pro F Rock. She was classified as part of an emerging school of poetics by Ross, who said that she was subtly changing the landscape of contemporary R&B lyricism. A Billboard reviewer also placed the singer as a member of the New Soul movement, and compared her work to that of Angie Stone, Amal Rux, Jill Scott, and Badu. A writer from the journal Today's Black Woman saw Prue as part of the neo-soul genre along with Badu and Scott, saying that these singers incorporated in their music traditional R&B as well as its new millennium, hip-hop-inspired modern counterpart. Prue responded positively to the comparisons, saying, "What I think is being classified as the neo-soul classic movement has artists that are individually different in their own right, but aren't different from modern R&B." Prue reached a peak position of number 176 on the Billboard 200, spending 2 weeks on the chart, and peaked on Billboard's R&B albums at number 38, leaving the chart after 32 weeks. Prue is the debut studio album by